Good evening, folks. Rich, also known as Daddy's Daycare, coming at you from South Carolina. On this beautiful Friday evening, we are in the shed. Tonight, feels good out tonight, and it's not too hot. Although I've got the AC back there, but I don't have it running. It doesn't make for a pleasant background noise, as you can tell in a couple of my other videos. Smoking my Castello rusticated pipe. Just a beautiful rustication on there. The dark with contrasting with the white stem. Really nice. And in it, Sammy G's Full Virginia Flake. And it has went out. Full Virginia Flake, good stuff. Comes moist though, you gotta let it dry for at least 30 minutes. Rub it down, rub that flake out, break it up, do whatever you wanna do. Gotta let that Sammy G dry for a little bit. If you don't, it's gonna smoke hot and you're gonna have plenty of relights. But if you let it dry, it'll smoke nice and cool. You get all the nice Virginia notes and you won't have very many relights. I hope y'all's week has been going well. It has went well. Mine has been busy. Kids went back to school this week. So that's always an extra chore. My 10-year-old and my 6-year-old. I've got the 2-year-old at home that I stay with all day. And during the whole summer, they've been pretty much helping me out with the 2-year-old. So now it's just me and her. But I'm finding that she is less noisy, less fussy with her sisters at school. Because she doesn't have anyone to argue with, doesn't have anyone to fight with. And so it's just me and her. We get along, we play, watch TV, read books. So that's how my week's been going. I hope yours has been going good. Let's get into some good news, shall we? Child's missing teddy bear with recording of deceased mother's message found safe. That's good. A family on vacation in Canada returned home to Nova Scotia without an important member of the family. A teddy bear belonging to their 7-year-old son, Duncan. But this bear is extra special to Duncan since it contains a very special voice message recorded by Duncan's birth mom before she passed away. Duncan's stepmom, Renelle McCaster, took to the internet asking residents in Canada, Airdrie, I can't pronounce the city's name, to keep an eye out for the stuffed bear. It became known as the Teddy Bear Hunt of 2019. On Monday evening, Airdrie resident Heidi Erickson dropped off her son at Nose Creek Park and found the teddy bear in a backpack hanging on a post. There was no backpack where I found it when I dropped them off, but when I returned, this backpack was hanging on a post. I saw it and thought that looks so familiar. But I knew it wasn't my kid's backpack. It occurred to me that maybe it was the backpack from this story. I went and opened it, and the bear was inside. I was in such disbelief. The bear is getting an express ride home and will be back in Duncan's arms next week. In the meantime, the bear is enjoying a victory tour around the city and is stealing the hearts of locals. I'm really happy, Duncan said. I was feeling really sad for a few days because I missed my mama bear. Erickson said the real heroes in this story are Duncan's two mothers. His birth mom, who cared enough to leave that message for her son before she passed, and also his stepmom, who cared enough to keep that memory alive, who cared enough to reach out to a community to find this bear. That's pretty special. How about this one? A man saves family of 4 from wolf attack during a camping trip. A family from New Jersey was sleeping in their tent in Canada's Banff National Park when a wolf suddenly attacked. A nearby camper rushed to the family's aid and was able to scare the animal away. Elisa Rispoli, whose husband Matt was injured in the attack, shared the story on Facebook. This is a hard thing to post since I haven't fully comprehended that it happened yet. Last night, while sleeping in our tent in Banff National Park, we were attacked by a wolf. It was like something out of a horror movie. Matt literally threw his body in front of me and the boys and fought the wolf as it ripped apart our tent and his arms and hands. We were screaming for help as he was fighting it and trying to save us. For what felt like an eternity, but I think it was from anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, I laid my body on top of the kids and Matt pinned the wolf to the ground and held open its jaws with his hands. And the wolf started to drag Matt away while I was pulling on his legs trying to get him back. I cannot and don't think I'll ever be able to properly describe the terror. A guardian angel from the tent site next to us, who we later found out was named Russ, heard our screams and came over to our site and kicked the wolf, and it finally let go of Matt. They had to continue to throw huge rocks at the wolf while we ran as fast as we could to Russ's minivan to safety. It continued to follow Matt. The rest of the night is a blur of EMTs, Good Samaritans, waiting for treatment, no phone service, and crying. But here we are in Banff Hospital, where Matt's punctured wounds and lacerations on his hands and arms have been treated, and he's okay. We are pretty traumatized, but okay. They evacuated the campground and Parks Canada killed the wolf in the early morning today. It could have been so much worse, and we are just so thankful that we are all still sitting here as a complete family. Matt is our absolute hero. I mean, way more than he normally was, and we are forever grateful to Russ, who came to our aid and likely saved Matt's life. Boy, you don't play around with the wolves now. You shoot that sucker. I guess you can't have a gun in Canada, can you? How about this story? Man is reuniting with life savings thanks to workers at recycling facility. Shows a picture of a stack of cash. When the man realized he had accidentally thrown away a shoebox containing $23,000 into the recycling bin outside his home, he called to alert Recology in Ashland in hopes they could find it. But by the time he called, the load had already been shipped to the Samora Resource Recovery Center in California and was somewhere among more than 22 tons of recycling. We take quite a bit of material every day, so the odds of finding that are not much better than finding a needle in a haystack. However, Wise told her staff to be on the lookout for the shoebox. But then the box showed up and came down the sorting line, and we were all excited to see it. The man who lost the cash was ecstatic when Wise called to tell him the money had been found. He, along with his family, made the 5-hour drive to Hamburg County to claim it. Wise said it was a bonding moment for her team to come together and do something nice for someone. That's pretty cool. That old man got lucky. Number one, they even found his cash, And number two, that the folks at the recycling facility were kind enough to even return it. How about this one? This one's cool. A 6-year-old opens a lemonade stand to take mom on a date after his dad dies. Brady Campbell's father passed away a few weeks ago after a battle with stage 4 colon cancer. Brady said he and his dad came up with the idea for a lemonade stand to take mom on a date because I didn't have enough money and I wanted to pay. So I did it, the 6-year-old said. The day after his father passed away, this 6-year-old followed through on his promise to take care of his mom. His neighbors and friends came by and the crowd caught the attention of a Denver police officer once he heard Brady's story. He put out a radio call to other first responders. Fire trucks and police cars started rolling up. Brady raised $244 that day. Good kid. Good kid. One more story for y'all. A pit bull fights off a shark to save his owner. About 3 weeks ago, James White was fishing from shore in Bodega Bay in Sonoma County, California. Because he was close to traffic, White left Darby, his 1-year-old pit bull, in his car parked a few yards away. After a while, White felt something big on the other end of his line. The only way I think I was able to get that line back is because it was swimming towards me. White had sunk his line into a 6-foot-long 7-gill shark. As he attempted to remove the hook from the shark, it flopped and sank its teeth into his leg. Good grief. Immediately, there was blood everywhere. The first bite punctured an artery. The pressure was intense. Unable to remove the shark from his leg, White screamed for help towards some fishermen a few hundred yards away. But before they could get to him, someone else did. Good old Darby. Darby launched himself at the shark and bit into the shark's gills, but that caused the shark to sink his teeth even deeper into White. Realizing the plan of attack didn't work, the dog then grabbed the shark by the tail and pulled it off his master's leg. White was then able to get the shark back into the water, where it quickly swam away. White doesn't know how he would have gotten the shark to release, were it not for Darby. If it wasn't for him, it would have been a lot worse, White said. It's got a picture of the pit bull. He looks cute. Kind of resembles pit bull I used to have. Died 2 Thanksgivings ago. His name was Rocco. Had that dog for 12 years. Good dog too. Best dog I've ever had. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the good news for this week. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. Tell your family you love them. Spend time with your family. And I'll holler at y'all real soon. God bless y'all.